subscribe, click on the bell, like, comment, share.
Welcome to Science Tech News channel. Today I am going to talk to you about some of the latest scientific studies on COVID-19, which has identified that low levels of oxygen in blood could be due to damage done by the coronavirus to the membranes of the red blood cells, which carry oxygen to other parts of the body. This might explain why many COVID-19 patients have alarmingly low oxygen levels, the research has said. A senior researcher, Angelo D'Alessandro of the University of Colorado Anschutz medical campus, has said that the virus specifically attacks the red blood cells and its membranes, which carry most abundant protein known as band 3. The protein is vital for stabilizing the red blood cell membrane structures, regulating red blood cell metabolism, and stabilizing the cell's processing of hemoglobin, the substance that transports and then releases the oxygen. The researcher has said that by disrupting the interaction of band 3 with hemoglobin, the virus could impair red cells' capacity to deliver oxygen. Well, another important finding of the research outlined that since red cells circulate for up to 120 days in human body, this could also explain why it could take several months to recover from the virus until enough new red cells without this damage are made and circulate. Besides, two experimental vaccines have shown promising results in early stage clinical trials and appear to be safe. The vaccines are among 17 other vaccine trials already being tested in humans. The first one of these is being developed by Inovio Pharmaceuticals Inc. that induced immune responses in 34 from the total of 36 healthy volunteers. Inovio has said that based on their levels of virus neutralizing antibodies and T cell responses, two metrics considered vital for a successful vaccine. Pfizer Inc. and Germany's BioNTech has said that 24 healthy volunteers who received their BNT162b1 vaccine developed higher levels of COVID-19 antibodies than typically seen in those who had been infected by 28 days after receiving doses. Both vaccines will move on to much larger trials that could demonstrate whether the early immune responses translate into protection against the virus. An effective vaccine is seen as vital to ending the pandemic. As of July 2nd, 10.8 million people had been infected with the virus and some 500,000 had lost their lives. While a safe, effective vaccine is still more than a year away, researchers are rushing to repurpose existing drugs and non-drug therapies as well as testing promising experimental drugs that were already in clinical trials. Even moderately effective therapies or combinations could dramatically reduce the crushing demand on hospitals and intensive care units, changing the nature of the risk the new pathogen represents to populations and healthcare systems. New drugs, together with new diagnostics, antibody tests, patient and contact tracing technologies, disease surveillance, and other early warning tools mean the anticipated next wave of the global pandemic does not have to be nearly as bad as the first. Moreover, new data revealed has confirmed that abnormal lung function might continue long after COVID-19 patients are released from hospitals. Doctors in China tracked 57 patients, including 17 who had been severely ill, by repeatedly testing lung function after they went home from the hospital. The researchers have also noted that even after 30 days, more than half still had abnormal looking lungs on CT scans, and 3/4 had abnormal lung function tests. Tests that show how much oxygen is traveling from the lungs to the bloodstream were still abnormal in about 76% of patients who had been severely ill, and in nearly 43% of those recovering from moderate illnesses. Non-invasive tools for continuously diagnosing and tracking coronavirus infections not only in hospitals but also at home are on the way, researchers have said in an editorial published on Wednesday in Science Advances. Some involve consumer-grade wearables, but medical-grade devices that predict, monitor, and track COVID-19 with far great accuracy are being tested. One is a wireless patch worn on the base of the neck that senses cough frequency and intensity, breathing rate and effort, wheezing, sneezing, along with heart rate, heart sounds, and skin temperature. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more on Science Tech News channel.